up to as
Nigeria police
up to 10
scandal
years in the same rank. But that is not just the problem. What even makes it worse is that some of these ones know of other junior officers who get promoted over and above them. And this keeps happening. So this whole thing about, the process does not follow merit and equity. And that is what is creating this problem. The procedure is very clear. It provides for, it's expected to be open and transparent. But what happens is that I also know of officers, especially at the inspector level, who have attended promotional courses. Several years, 2-3 years after that, they have not been promoted. And this is not right. People get promoted on account of who they know. It's on basis of who you know. If you know of, sometimes politicians also have their own list that they give to the police. The IG may have his own list. The chairman of the police may have his own list. So these things don't follow laid down. Yes.
Nigeria police is a mess.
Well, Chairman of the Police Service Commission, Mr. Michael Kiro, is still with us here in the studios. Well, you had some of those allegations right there on break. Part of also what we heard is that some officers bribe their way to ensure that they're promoted. I mean, when you see a backlog like, we hear currently exists within the police, which you've also confirmed, that they believe that the only way they can move through the ranks is to bribe their way.
It's important to bribe. I'll do the process
His face
of promotion. The list comes from
he cannot even remove a Those State Police Commissioner.
The standing committee, to the plenary.
It goes through offices. It goes through offices.
People
can add names. We understand that, this is not even... Are you denying that, people don't bribe their way?
I'm denying it. They bribe. Come on. You see, let me just tell you something. In a situation where I have a backlog, a situation where people are looking for something, they become gullible. They become victim to scam. Some people do, if you bring money, shall promote you. Even the recruitment.
So that can happen.
Of course, it can happen. Of course, it's not. It's possible. It can happen.
What about the people being favored unnecessarily over and above others who actually deserve the promotion? Is that existing?
Of course, it can happen.
Favoritism?
Well, the human situation.
Politicians also bring in their own list.
You can't rule out what is happening. We shall bring the name. Even this man who's talking, he said the name to me. Ask him. He said the name to me.
It's confession.
And they're not the names of those because
he said the name of his brother. I said the same name, Wangoma. He said it to me. I asked him, is he qualified? I asked him, has he been promoted? We have to go through people who are qualified. He said the name to me for promotion. He said his brother, we had the same son in Wangoma.
Are you saying this because he's laid out these allegations
it's
against the police?
No. It's in my phone. He said the name to me on my phone.
But doesn't the police also solicit for these names? I mean, the PSC, for instance, don't they solicit for this name?
Solicit for names for promotion?
Yes. Because from what you understand,
those that scam. Let me give you an example. Typical what's happening now. People are calling me, somebody using my name. You put it on Facebook. I don't have a Facebook account. I stopped it. I tried to stop. You stop it, open again. Asking people to bring name for promotion, bring name for recruitment. Not for me. So they ask someone, they open an account. That's the way to pay money. The police is getting it. Open an account, open a bank, that's where they pay money to for promotion.
So Gary, this is all very messy. I mean, at the end of the day, when we look at what is going on within the police, I mean, there are definitely disgruntled police officers. I mean, if a man has stayed 10 years on a rank and he says that those who joined yesterday, are being promoted over and above him because he doesn't know anybody or because his cause cannot be furthered, definitely what we're breeding within the Nigerian police are disgruntled policemen. How is the PSC working with the Inspector General of Police to clean out the system and ensure that people are promoted mostly on merit?
Exactly what we're doing now. That's why we issued a guideline to Inspector Police. We turned down most of the requests he made for special promotion. We sent back to him, say, give all reasons why this people should be given special promotion. Send back to him. The routine promotion will carry out, don't have to send back to him. But those special promotion, if somebody is skipped, we ask questions. Why is he being skipped from promotion?
But from what we hear, this is not a matter that just began today. Perhaps this is one of the loudest we're getting to hear, maybe because the special promotions seem to be a longer list than has been before. But what we hear is that promotions have been, special for quite a while.
I'll give you a story of somebody was skipped. It's not done. It's not even last year. Somebody was skipped. Happened to try to IG. In fact, it happened twice. This person have been skipped. Why? What do you know why he was
just
skipped?
one instance.
No, I gave you just that too many said. I give you.
How many instances do you think? How many instances in a 300,000 strong police force? How many instances do you think will exist like that in that one police force?
Of course, there's many. Such a large number. She gets a multitude of instances. But each time it comes, it's an better engine.
But is this the first time that you're taking up with any Inspector General of Police?
No, it's not. We do that with Abba, we do that with Mjemba, we do that with Arase.
But the uproar didn't seem to be this loud.
Maybe because of this one around, we're promoting close to 6,000 people at a time. So, of course, we have such a multitude of people who have multitude of complaints.
They're promoting 6,000 people?
Yes, more than that.
That is confirmed?
No, more than that.
What is the highest number that you promoted before now?
It don't really have, it depends on when the vacancy comes, they just send names and sometimes 1, 2, 3 for the case maybe. But this time around, we have more than 6,000 people promoted. So we have to go through all of them, receive those complaints, pass back to him to give all reasons why they should give special promotion over and above this.
Of the 6,000, how many of them are on special promotion?
About 310 on special promotion, which we keep aside.
310? Which you have kept aside?
Yes, we give us reasons why they have to give special promotion.
Well, I hear that there are questions for you from Lagos.
Well, yeah, we'd like to find out. I mean, you say you do ask questions where you think that some things are wrong, but we have lots of people sending several questions now. But could you tell us, have you asked questions of some 7 CPs who their classmates are CSPs at the moment?
There are 7 CPs whose mates are CSPs at the moment.
They say that there are
some... It depends on the time the rules. Like, let me give you one example. In the police, we have what we call the staff list. If you recruit 1,000 people today, somebody will be number 1. Somebody number 1,000. That person number 1, definitely is not a person number 1,000. If they want to carry promotion, promote 10, promote 1 to 10. The other people are still behind. By the time 1,000 comes up, the number 1,000 comes up. That people number 1 should have gone far. That is how the promotion in the police, how the staff list. So sometimes not even the fault of the person, not the fault of the police. What I tried as IG, as the Chairman Police of Question, is to erode IG. People attend courses. They should be placed on seniority by the performance, not by where they come from, not by the zone, not by the state, but by the performance. So somebody performs well, number 1. The last number is the last number. That if you are progressing in the police, you progress according to your achievements, not because, for example, when people report the police colleges, some governors get very close and carry them. As they arrive, they write their names. And people, something get people from the same state coming serially. That's why sometimes when people who are number 1 proceed further, the last person may be coming behind. Maybe surprised that because of vacancy, if somebody becomes an AC, it's easy for him to rise. The CSP waiting for vacancy to come up. So you can become an AC, you are made to see CSP. You want to see CSP, it can be DC or VCP. That will happen. Not that it's anybody's fault or anybody's making. That's how it goes.
Let's talk about the vacancy that you've just highlighted now. We also understand that you've got about 7 vacancies for promotion to CP, and you have a couple of DCPs to fill in that position. And the complaint seems to be that there are just those who are DCPs who was ascended to DCP in December 2016. And there are people who have been there for a long time now, and they are seeing names that are submitted of those who just became DCPs above them. How are you going to solve that situation that has just 7 vacancies to become CP?
To us, because of the large number, about 7,000 people were promoting, took us time to go to their personal files.
From 6,000 to 7,000.
That's why for about
it doesn't get
with us. So today we're going
this fact is not even straight.
It's not things you pointed out that have been dictated. It's an aside. We cannot promote somebody who is not due for promotion over and above his seniors, who are not performed in any superlative way or done something spectacular that warrants special promotion.
Because they are not bringing more bribe. Look at his mouth. Look at his mouth.
Okay, well, I guess